Today, we talk AK Gen 3. Hey guys, Tom here, and this is Not So Average Builder. And I'm going to go over this sheet of paper, this booklet. So, for those that you have heard, AK Interactive has created a new line of acrylic paint. Now, Adam had wanted me to review these a while back, and he sent me 4. He sent me, he asked me what colors, and I told him just some reds and some oranges. So he sent me amaranth red, blood red, burnt orange, and carmine. I used these paints, and I absolutely fell in love with them. So when I was down in Florida at USA Gundam Store, I decided to pick up some more. I picked up a bunch. While I was down there, though, I noticed this little booklet next to their display stand. And I'm sure that this is something that's available online at akinteractive.com, I think. Yes. Website is here. www.ak-interactive.com. I'm sure that's where this is available. If you're down in Florida and you're going by USA Gundam Store, this is located next to the paint rack. So the cool thing about this, I wondered what in the world this cap design was about. First time I used it, it was the simplest in the world to unscrew. So not only do you have your little grip extra down here, you've got this. But I saw this little recess and I thought, that would be cool for paints. To be able to quickly identify your paints. Well, it just so happens that AK put that in there just for that, which is really freaking cool. So essentially, what you're going to do, and we'll go ahead and do this one, so that way we get it out of the way and it's drying. Shake up your paint really well because you don't want any mixing, any swirls. Take the cap off. Put a little bit and let it sit. I did find out what it does when you put too much. It will eventually dry, but it does create like a very weird texture. But I guess that would be like 1 coat, 2 coats. You just let this sit, and now at any point in time I will be able to recognize exactly what color it is, especially in the Arty Station module where they have to face top out. This breaks down some of the other types that there are. So I did not know this. This were intense colors. Blue labels are metallic colors. Orange label are basic stuff. Cayenne are pastel colors. Gray is going to be glazed mediums or different mediums. And brown label, those are going to be inks. So that is another cool thing that they've done. And shows all the other items that they've got. But the coolest thing was the back of this book. So I know this seems like a lot of stuff. We'll take this for example. Just this page. We'll do Old Rose right here. So it shows you what the color is. Gives you the reference number for the paint. What the actual color is. And what equivalents there are. So if you wanted to use Vallejo, you've got Vallejo 944. That will be the same color. Tamiya X17 will also be the same color. If you go down to purple, this shows your labels. I'm sorry, the different types of labels. So you go down to purple. Actually, I've got a deep purple right here. So go down to deep purple. It is a yellow label. Match that up. Sure as heck is. So you go over here. That's what the color will look like. To me, it does not have equivalent. Neither does Humbrol. Actually, I picked one that only comes from AK. Let's look at one that I do have. Burnt orange, I've got that one. So it is an orange label. That is what the color looks like. Tamiya's X6 will be matching. Vallejo's 805. Rails 2012 will fit. So you have a cheat sheet in the back of this that will show you the different colors that can be matched with it. So that is something really cool. I don't see many companies do that. Again, you could probably get this online in PDF form. I got this when I was down in Florida at USA Gundam Store. There's also where you can pick these up. If you use my promo code NotSoAverage at checkout, you get 10% off your order. So you can get a bunch of AK paints and get 10% off that. So that's a pretty cool thing. Enough about that. I know what you want to know. How do these paints paint? Well, they paint really well. That's why I started with 4, and now I have this many. So you saw, or you'll see next week on how to set up a wet palette. But I've got this set up here. We're going to use this miniature to paint. So there's a saddle on here, and we've got cork brown. Shake it up. Take your top, and you're going to see what the finished color is going to look like. Put a little bit down there. Drop of water. We're going to take our knackered out paintbrush and bring some paint over here. So I've painted these two up. This was all of this color. This was 2 coats. I tried to do some OSL. I'm probably gonna have to redo that or try and fix that. I only did 1 coat for the OSL just to kind of see how it looked, but I'm not exactly sold on it, so I may have to redo that. But this is 2 coats of the blue. 2 coats of each color, actually. Actually, no. 1 coat of the brown, 1 coat of the red, and 2 coats of the blue. And as you can tell, it is pretty solid. So hand brushing this stuff is amazing. See the one that I did before, again, 2 coats, nothing special. I know it's a bunch of blues, but you know, I decided to add some blues to these, so I figured I'd be productive while showing you these paints. Yeah, solid colors. Now I know the question you've all been waiting for is how do they airbrush? I'm going to show you on this part. I'm not going to use primer, I'm just going to show you. We'll use magenta, which is their regular color, so obviously their intense color is going to be intense. So we'll just do it just standard color. Then with flow improver, So if you're thinking about picking up the new AK Gen3 paints, yeah, I highly recommend doing so. Of course, with an airbrush, you have to add a coat just because you are doing it much thinner than anything else, and you're doing a larger surface. So I typically do 2 to 3 coats. With acrylics, leans more towards on the 3. I would have probably been able to get away with 2 coats had it not been just bare plastic, because this was bare plastic. I'm sure that played a lot into it, but as you can tell, they're solid little paints. I have a bunch to play around with. I'm going to paint more minis with these. Going to add some more Gunpla to the lineup with the AK paints just to try them out. And those combined with the Turbo Dork paints are pretty epic. They make a good pair. But yeah, if you want to pick up the AK line of paints, USA Gundam stocks them, and I can save you money. Not So Average at checkout gets you 10% off your order. So go out, pick up some paints. You won't regret it. These are solid paints. I know. A lot of people in the Gunpla world want enamel or lacquer based, and I get why. But if you want some solid colors you can hand paint your Gunpla with, yeah, these are some epic acrylics. That's all I've got, guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye.